funny, over the last year or two, people who were previously sort of mental health influencers or advocates or experts have increasingly started to use the term or terms brain health, and even brain fitness, actually. So again, we've not invented the term. So there's certain people from particularly in the US, academics. You've got Kai Tuberman, you've got Daniel Amen, you've got Ariel Garten, and so I mean, there's lots and lots of people, and you don't need to scroll for very long on Instagram or TikTok or whatever your platform of choice is, but there's a huge number of mental health and fitness influencers, an increasing number of neuroscientists. Like the algorithm obviously knows me, so I'm constantly seeing neuroscientists talking about things that affect us, which is amazing. It's just making it normal. It's rooted in science. And it's entertaining, which I think is great. It's all part of this. I mentioned earlier this wave that's building of it just becoming normal. People are just interested in it, and it's normal to care about it and want to improve it. So yeah, I don't think there's anybody I would particularly single out, because there's so many. Like so much in the mental health and well-being world, though, there is an awful lot of absolute nonsense. Is the challenge. Social media in general, I think, seems to breed that anyway. But I think the fact that it's out there is great. Somebody I really like, actually, was very familiar to people in the UK, is Dr. Alex George. So formerly on Love Island. I think that was when he first came to prominence, fame, whatever. I'm not sure what word he would use to describe it. Not notoriety. He's a lovely guy. But yeah, he talks a lot about mental health, mental fitness, and increasingly brain fitness, sort of cognitive performance, and all of that. And he's a medic. He's from that kind of medical background, which is great. The other person I really want to reference him, because I think he's really funny, great, really cool guy. Talks very openly about his struggles, but I just cannot remember his name. But he is previously from Made in Chelsea. I wish my eldest daughter was here, actually, because she would, like, off the top of her head. Frustratingly and somewhat embarrassingly, I can remember his wife's name, Sophie, because they did a podcast called Newlyweds, I think. Anyway, he's lovely. He did a challenge, a marathon challenge for Sport Relief, I think it was, again in the UK, and a big part of that became the kind of the mental side of it and the struggle. And he's just very, really a great kind of role model particularly for young men, for being aware of, but also talking about and sharing their kind of mental health challenges and struggles and vulnerabilities. And whilst I don't always think that's something to necessarily focus on, because as we were talking before about positives and negatives, it's not a bad thing. And it's great to see that kind of normalising of it.